In today's world, we're surrounded by and highly dependent on media, often forgetting the profound impression it leaves on our lives. The Netflix series 13 Reasons Why is one such show that has been highly controversial for its impact on its audiences. In this video, I will be discussing the media effects of the series, particularly on younger viewers. 13 Reasons Why is a show that follows the progression and aftermath of a 17-year-old girl's suicide. Before her death, she leaves 13 tapes to explain the 13 reasons, or 13 people that led her to commit suicide. Along with suicide, the series features a number of serious topics, including mental health, mass shootings, sexual assault, and bullying. Being targeted towards teenagers, the series has raised many concerns around the way in which these serious topics are presented in the show, and the resulting psychological effects it may have on viewers who are of such an impressionable age. In fact, after Season 1, mental health experts put out an advisory to parents and educators about the show with the intention to reduce potential risk of tragedy. There are several reasons for concern about the show, which can be classified into different theories of media effects within media studies. The first effect is priming, in particular the intensity of the series with vivid depictions of violence, abuse, and death can be a trigger for vulnerable youth who are suffering from depression or anxiety disorders and may exacerbate feelings of sadness and helplessness and prime thoughts of self-harm. Parents and guardians should carefully monitor their at-risk youth and be aware that they may need additional treatment and support after watching. Another effect is cultivation. The realism of the issues presented in the show may lead young individuals to believe the show is representative of reality. It is crucial for teens to be reminded that the series is a work of fiction, made for the purpose of entertainment, and that the outcomes of the series are not those of the real world and don't have to be. One of the most dangerous effects is the copycat effect. The way in which the main character Hannah Baker prepared her suicide may motivate at-risk adolescents who feel they relate to the character to do the same. This could also be attributed to effects from the social learning theory. Hannah leaves behind tapes calling out the terrible injustices of society and all the people and horrible things that have happened to her as a form of justice for herself, which is arguably even glorified to an extent. She felt suicide was her best way out, a thought that vulnerable youth may buy into, making her actions a catalyst for similar behavior. The way in which high school life is depicted, with parties, drugs, and alcohol, often seen in many television shows and movies, may also serve as a model for teens and encourage them to partake in these activities. Social learning theory notes that if characters' actions and behavior are rewarded, youth are more likely to have similar expectations and view those actions in a positive light. The most worrisome result from teens watching 13 Reasons Why, however, is the fact that those at risk may develop the assumption that this course of action by ending one's life is the best way to address their difficulties and issues and attain justice for themselves. Therefore, the most effective way to avoid such misconceptions is to encourage parents to watch the show alongside their teens and have open discussions about what is presented in the show. Ultimately, media can have a profound effect on our lives, and it is extremely important to be aware and mindful of the content we expose our youth to.